Welcome back everyone to Let's Play Shadow Empire in the Steam release series, episode number 12, I think. I'm going to start losing track, but that's fine. We know it's getting up there in episodes, but still probably nowhere near. I mean, what is this series going to go to? Who knows? Anyway, in an effort to plow through as many turns as I can this episode, just as my struggle with every episode, we'll get started here. It was pointed out in the comment section that I may want to think about looking at the transport situation, the logistics essentially. That led me to the preview menu. Now if I zoom out here, you, being a very intelligent individual, may notice a problem. Yes, that's right, there's this nice bit of purple going all around, except for not at all over here. Well, that is problematic, isn't it? In fact, this problem is not unique to this turn. For some reason, so there are some things I'm not exactly sure about. Like, why do we have... I don't understand. So what is going on here? Is this asset just not receiving... Okay, it's at 40% production because it's only getting 40% of the logistics? Yeah, that's exactly it. Only 40 logistical points were available, production minus 60%. Which is actually okay. So the poll system, it's not perfect. And this is why I say that. Where the hell are these logistics points supposed to be going to? So we pull for some reason, there's like a pull demand of 181 here. Why? We have no assets this way. There's no reason for it to be drawing even the 66 it's drawing here. Now, I don't know if I can override the pool system. Can I do this without like let the pool system still happen? Does it work? Maybe. I don't know. Nothing went down this road, unfortunately. Anyway, let's see what happens. I want to use the pool system. I just want to stop any kind of logistics going down this road. I mean, stop any kind of logistics going down this road. We don't need anything down in this section. There's just no point. Anyway, to combat this issue, we obviously have some kind of blockade on transport stuff, and without like really diving into detail, the two things I'm gonna just wave my hand and attempt to do in an attempt to fix this situation is we're gonna acquire the transport hub in Gagoyas. I don't think that this is going to have any effect. Okay, so first of all, it doesn't have any effect next turn. So the blockade here, yeah, I don't know what that's going to end up doing. I still wish that points rebounded, then we could just block it off after this point. We're kind of going down the road of starting to do this, but it's only because we have a problem. Once we get the problem fixed, once we overkill on the problem, even the inefficiency of the pull system should be sufficient. Now the other thing that we're going to do, and this is unfortunate because we just started building that bureaucratic office, I don't know how much of a strain this is going to put on our resources, but I think the more important thing is actually going to be to upgrade the transport logistical center that we currently have in Halkin. So that's the order of business. Now we definitely can do this, 200 metal, 200 points, it's going to cost more fuel turn, which happens to be something that we're completely okay with. A little bit of additional workers, but we're sitting pretty good. Halkin's doing well for itself overall. So we're gonna do that. Now, what does this mean as far as the West goes? I have no idea. But for now, that's all I wanted to do. Let's get this turn done with and get the real episode turns beginning. So I'll see you back in a sec. Okay, well, welcome back. This is going to be a bit interesting. So yeah, these guys are out of supply. But when I go to preview now, mind you, I actually added one more roadblock, but when I go to preview, we should have supply over there next turn. So yeah, I mean, that's good, right? We're very low on industrial points, by the way. We also had the correct, we had the amount of resources we needed to both continue building the bureaucratic office we started, also to get a full turn's worth of the truck station, which means that next turn that truck station should be completed. Now I think that part of the reason why we're going to get supply over there next turn is because we do have this truck station, which is not currently active, but it should be kicking in. So I don't know, we'll see. I'm hopeful that things will go okay, but let's do our normal. I don't even have my turn stuff up, but that's fine. I kind of have memorized. Let's do decisions first. We have a new director for staff council. Oh yeah, that's right. We need our order of battles. Well, Peter Keynes has a really high, this is a very high suitability. And he's a capability 3. He's going to be a good command. He's going to be good at whatever he does. Obviously, he has really high charisma, which would be probably, it's not ideal for him to go to a staff council. What other councils do we have remaining? I don't remember off the top of my head, which is unfortunate. Let's see. I know that eventually we're going to want foreign council. It's probably the least important. Applied science is going to be another one, but he's not extremely well suited for that. Yeah, I think I'm just going to appoint him here. Because I don't know if I'm going to need any of the other councils anytime soon. Now, for me, postures is very low priority, as is occupation and governance. So I'm going to set those to like 10%, 8% for 10% for occupation, 8% for postures. Postures are, actually are very useful. Let me put that up to 10%. And then we'll just make this a nice even 50 and 30. Mostly I want to discover orders of battle, and then once I know which ones I want, I can hopefully ask him to focus on operationalizing those. Yeah, but the priority should be discovering them so that I can choose which one I want him to operationalize. Okay, so let's confirm this.
Understood.
Almost hit no change there. That would have been a disaster. Now, as far as this Economic Council research objective, it's kind of interesting to look and see. And remember, we need 3 technologies in a category to unlock the next tier. That means I want to start focusing on engineering so I can unlock the other ones. Same thing with chemistry. Eventually we'll want to unlock these, but for now let's just focus on, because I want the combat armor, definitely. So heavy industry and vidcom broadcasting are both part of that. I think that I'm going to do heavy industry because it already has 12 research points in it. Although vidcom broadcasting, heavy industry is going to allow us to produce machine parts, which we don't need. Okay, let's do vidcom broadcasting. I guess it is slightly more important. And then there was some kind of accident in Gagoyas, apparently. Well, that's not good. Okay, well, the difficulty on average will be 112, and my I rolled D100 plus 115, which is fantastic. Which means it's almost, there's almost no way I should lose this.
Aye, aye, sir.
Okay, this is fantastic. We rolled a critical success against actually a slightly higher than average expected difficulty rating, but we obviously rolled pretty well. 198, it was critical success, so danger did not increase. That's fantastic. Anything else? So Gigoya's, where would last term we did have some increase in unrest because we played the card, the fate point card that gave us that, but it's down to 4. Yeah, diminished by 5 due to loyalty, so that's fantastic. Yeah, things are looking really good. In fact, it might even be the turn that I finally decide to play some of our other things. Like this Ancient Depot gives us 3 random uncommon artifacts. Artifacts are awesome. I would really like to see what this is, and I'm willing to sacrifice 2 fate points for militia loss. Huh. Oh, it's the whole nation. I thought it was actually just a zone thing, but no, it's the whole nation. I think we'll still do it because 2 fate points is worth it. Now this disease one, I've never done this. We're going to lose 5d10% population of workers and get 5d10 on increase in unrest. So we're expecting somewhere around 30% loss Yeah, I don't think we'll do that. But I think we will take this time to do the Ancient Depot.
Roger that.
Okay, Gravitonic Collector, Cloning Facility. I know Cloning Facility is very good. Anti-Grav Lifter. We'll have to go check these out. Let's also compensate.
Yes, sir.
So, minus 19. Militancy. Fair enough. Let's see what these are. So, let's see. We have an Anti-Grav Lifter. A gravity bending device that lifts up to 10 tons. Ideal for overcoming terrain difficulties. I don't understand that. 10 tons. 10 tons. What is the weight of one of my units? Do you tell me your... Do you tell me your weight? Okay, weight, 10. Yeah, see, this is weird. One unit is 10 tons? And that thing only lifts 10 tons? Now, Vic, I talked about on this podcast, which I mentioned last time, we basically got this in-depth dive in the Exploraminate podcast about some of the ideas that Vic might be thinking to implement in Shadow Empire, and one of them is a recycling of the cards thing. Look at the card-based mechanic. I've never been a big fan of card-based games, and this is not that bad, mainly because the card is... Someone else said this, but it's really true. I mean, this is the reason why I didn't feel so repulsed by it, is because the card-based system is... These aren't really cards. They're really just a currency that has options for you to choose in card format. This could just as easily be a selection menu instead of having it as cards. I almost dislike that it's cards. I mean, the only reason why the card thing makes sense is because you're drawing cards to choose your options. But otherwise, it's kind of like the same thing as Stellaris technology research. If you call that a card-based system, you can call this a card-based system, but if you don't, you wouldn't call this either. Anyway, I don't know. That's technicalities anyways, doesn't really matter. It's enjoyable in this game, which is a surprise for me. Now, well, sometimes you get cards like this where you're not... I mean, this is... We're going to use this, obviously, but there's going to be, maybe, at some point, hopefully soon, a scrap card mechanic, which will give you scrapped card points, and then you'll be able to use those scrap points for new card decks, which is pretty cool. Anyway, what do we want to do this turn? We're getting really bogged down. We're already at 12 minutes. Let's try to finish this turn quickly. So, let me pause and just bring up my list. Okay, I know the next one is trade. So this is getting to be less of an important one. Probably more important for me to buy rather than sell now. I mean, we did sell the rare earth metals last turn, but it's nice to actually have some. I gotta go see what the rest of those cards were. That's what I should do. Yeah, metals we just bought, so now the price is up. We can keep buying it and forcing the price up and up and up. But industrial points is probably the bigger limitation right now. Let's go see what the other ones were. So, zones probably. Yeah, you're both of them. Okay, Gravitonic Collector. This looks like an energy thing. It is. And Cloning Facility increases your population, which, yeah, as we guessed and as I already knew. So, this is interesting. Where do we want to do all this? I think the Cloning Facility is going to go in Halkin. It's got to be the most protected place. And actually, Gagoyas might be less likely to fall right now, considering the proximity to... what's their name? Salzburg? Yeah. But I can't get around putting it anywhere but my capital.
Yes, sir.
So we'll play that in Halkin. And we also have this Gravitonic Collector for free energy, and I think that this would also benefit us in Halkin. So there we go. Now we have Zoo Project and Commercial Project. In fact, 2 of each. That's fantastic. So we're kind of setting up very nicely to take our next city. It does beg the question, do either of these 2 cities not have Zoo 3? Oh, okay. Halkin only has Zoo 2, but they're also at 100% loyalty, and we're not like hurting for quality of life or at all. So I'm going to leave it. I'm not going to play another Zoo card there. We'll save it for conquered cities in the future. Okay. Wow, what a turn. Let me pause and pull up my to-do list. Okay, good. So check population happiness in Halkin. Things are looking good. In Gagoyas, things are looking good. By the way, so strategic cards is next. I skipped over assets, but let me just go over here real fast and look and see what negatives we have. Just disease. Ugh. Wow. If it wasn't a random zone, I might consider using this, but no, I can't use this. Okay, fair enough. So get rid of that. Assets and construction. So we didn't lose. I think that we're producing these fine, and we actually got our bureaucratic thing started over here. So our workers are going up, and you can see worker numbers are still low. Somebody else said that they've actually run a completely state-run city where it's 100% workers, 0% population. That's amazing. Just the problem is, or not the problem, but you'd have to just supply all the needs of the people. But isn't the needs of the people just money and food? I mean, I think that's all they need. So that doesn't seem that bad. Anyways, we're not going to move. We're not going to move aggressively forward. We're just not going to shy away from it as much as I have previously. Maybe we'll say it that way. All right. So how are we going to do our military movement? By the way, we jumped asset construction, so that's all fine. It looks like we may actually make it with industrial points because I think you ferry away the goods you're going to need one turn in advance of the construction. So we should actually finish construction on both of those things of Halkin, even though we only have 100 industrial points left. That's what I'm guessing is going to happen. So I think all the industrial points has already been squirreled away, as I kept saying last episode. So that means that our gain of 169 should just go right on top of the 93. We should be okay. Now I have this points out to the fact in my head. Don't worry, I'm keeping track that I have not finished upgrading all the units yet. But I mean, by the time we get to finishing upgrading everything, we're gonna have a new infantry, and we'll have to start the whole process over again. Okay, so that's okay. Build roads is next, and I do want to build some roads. I think right here we have to be very careful. Okay, we have sealed roads. That changes everything. Because now I really want the sealed roads to happen first. Let's at least build the sealed roads right here. That's going to be all we can do. Damn. So I was thinking if we build the sealed roads, this is obviously an area where a lot of Halkin traffic is going to go. I'd like to do at least this, but then I'd also like dirt roads up here. Yeah, I don't think we need the dirt roads up here as much, because aren't we satisfying everything up here? Yeah, they're all green, so we're fine there. Yeah, the main thing is let's just build sealed roads so Halkin distributes a little bit more efficiently. So that's what my plan is. Steal some of those, all those industrial points. I really hope now that the industrial points for those two buildings has already been stockpiled. Otherwise, we're really just hurting ourselves. Okay, so raise formations. No more building of roads. Yeah, we're all good. So military stuff. Okay, good. So let's do a bombardment with just this militia unit. Okay, we got a hit. That's good. Another hit. Wow, quite a few hits. Wow, a lot of hits.
Roger that.
That's gonna definitely send us into oh wow, 6-1. Huh. With 6-1 odds, I'm actually not sure I want to attack. That's pretty bad. Now these rifle units are just godly, but the chance of losing one is just so not worth it that I think we'll hold our attack. We're having this tank come up and help anyway eventually, so now I want to do the bombardment against this unit, but unfortunately I wish we had vision. Let's just do the bombardment. Because I know this is the saber snakes, right? We're getting a lot of hits, which is also further proof that these are the saber snakes. Just don't know what they are. It's quite unfortunate. Alright, well I guess we'll just leave everyone there. Okay, that's going to conclude that. We still haven't seen what these guys are. Let's move. We could move a little bit aggressively here. I guess that might cut us off, so let's not do it. Okay, we have 4 here. which can move there. 5 can move here. Let's move 1 aggressively up here to here. And 3 can perfectly complete the line. No reconnaissance, which is quite unfortunate. So I really don't know what we're up against here still. And you just move south and, okay, I guess protect Kedward Group. And we don't have enough to build a dirt road. No, 24 and we only have 21. Okay, fair enough. Just wanted to check though. So that's moving in the north, that's moving in the east. Let's check the west. Yeah, this is more of a problem. What the heck are we gonna do? Ay. This is tough because we're out of supply. Now we should be back in supply next turn, I think. Is that what I was? Yeah, okay, so we'll be back in supply next turn. Just essentially this turn has to be a defend only. And you actually don't have artillery. We don't have any artillery in here, I think. We just have velociraptors. This is all we have going for us. Okay, well, let's move 10 down here. Oh, that's right. Okay, restored library must be a unit in there because none of our zone of control move forward. I'm gonna move myself. I'm gonna move myself here because I believe that our supply will actually be drawn from here, which is 1 hex closer if we're here versus here. I'm just gonna start lining up troops really right now. Move there. 8 can move here. The militia can move. So let's move the tank into the city. How about the militia? Let's move the militia into the city. Oh, this is actually quite a good sign. The fact that there's an asset here, but it's been taken over by the raiders. I'm saying that, which, yeah, that's exactly my point. The raiders seem to be making advances against Lausheim Hansa. And that's something we'd like to see. Okay, tank, you go here. I want to make sure we have enough power in the south so that this snake, if we were to attack and defeat it without completely surrounding it, it doesn't retreat into the mountains. We want it to stay on the plains. And 6, well, for that reason, I'll just move you right there. And what, let's see. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. We just need you to move 1 more hex, and then you should be at the maximum HQ range, which means the minimum range, or sorry, yeah, the maximum range you can be without suffering a penalty. And that should conclude this turn. Is there any other strategy? I didn't really look at the strategy card side of things. So we played both the zone ones, right? But I don't really know how to use my... Oh yeah, so those are fine. Oh, we'd also have Fat Merchant and Traveling Teacher, which is... Getting a school would be nice, and Fat Merchant is really good. Okay, which casino? I think casino is more important because I think it gives private economy a boost. So let's do that for one of these. Which, I don't know. So we have casino level 1. Let's see. What does this do? 1,000 production costs. Oh, that's the production cost. Okay. So there's no negative to us just dumping this on. It just gives us better quality of life entertainment. I suppose if we wanted to do some min-maxing, we can look over here and see what our lowest quality of life one is. It is health. So health would be the one that would benefit us the most, since I think the score says like plus the lowest. Yeah. That means what? That was health, which teacher is education, so that doesn't help us anyway. Yeah. Oh, we also got viewpoint. And this, what does it give you? I think it's population happiness, isn't it? I would much rather play this on in my main place in Halkin, because even if it's somewhere distant, I think we can defend it easily. Look at Gogoyas has this crazy northern border. which I do not want to defend all the way over there. I feel like putting something over here is I can maintain it. I can get it done. I can protect that landmark, but landmark I think would do that one. We have Boomtown too, which I honestly should do that as well. Unfortunately, if we do both of those, we wouldn't be able to do the nationwide ancient archive. Huh. So many different choices, man. And the game is good from that perspective. It's good that it gives you a lot of different choices that really make you think. Unfortunately, it makes me think, and I bind up. All right, let's go with the landmark.
Yes, sir.
Thank God it was in Halkin. I didn't even check. It was, I guess, real stupid. Oh, it's perfect. Okay. So this gives us +1 loyalty. Okay, that's not that big of a deal. In fact, because it's that, I actually would have preferred it in Gogoyes, or honestly would have been the best situation is to put it in Salzburg. But that's fine. So Halkin is going to be extremely loyal for basically forever. That's fine. Cost us 2 fate points. We learned something, hopefully. And I think that concludes this turn, so I'll pause. And it's a good thing now that I am pausing. The end of turn resolutions take about, let's say about 3 minutes. So it'd be a lot of dead time. Anyways, I'll see you back afterward. Okay, welcome back. Unfortunately, not a very good turn for us as far as history goes. We were attacked and quite a bad ratio. We lost 100 for their 200. Very surprising considering, well, I mean, I guess I just find that pretty surprising. That's really all that happened. There was some interesting stuff. Let's see. Let me go to the very beginning and see. Right here, yeah, the very, very, very beginning. I'm trying to figure out what this is. So this meadow. Oh, it's up here. Oh, okay. I thought it was down over here. Yeah, there was something over here. So does that mean that Losheim and Primeraria are at war? It appears that way. Or maybe I just misread that. Maybe it was just movement in this hex. Wishful thinking, probably. Okay, so that's that vid. This is it. We got zoos for everyone. So you were the only one who didn't have zoos. Is it like a ton of zoos, right? Like you're the last person who needs more loyalty, but I mean, it does give quality of life education, and we have like 1,000 of those cards laying around now. Okay, anyway, so what are we going to do this turn? By the way, supply... Oh, yeah, so many different things to mention. Logistics has worked out. We fixed it. I go to the traffic signals. I'm going to have to traffic signal this as well, just for now. Ultimately, like I said, I would like to be able to turn all these off, but we need to wait for the upgrade. And this is the next complaint I have. So we actually were short on the number of industrial points. And I think, I'm guessing there's a way to figure this out. If I had looked at, probably it would have taken me looking at the assets screen here. Maybe. And then studying the the headquarters, whatever this guy's called. I probably could have gone to, I don't know, I think I could have figured this out if I had somehow looked at enough of the reports. There must be a way to know what's already been stockpiled in a place and what hasn't. I don't know how to find it easily. I don't know off the top of my head where that would be. So anyways, we were short of the total amount of industrial points we needed, which means if I had just not built one of these sealed roads, we would have been fine, which kills me. But the biggest disappointment is actually not that. I made a mistake, but this is terrible. We were 5 points short in both. Any director worth his salt, like even director is only worth like a tenth of their salt, would know that, hey, if you'd rather at least finish one project on time if the other one is delayed by basically the same amount. Wow, it's just, they should have just funneled all the points into either one. I don't even care which one, just finish one of them, for crying out loud. You have enough points to finish one and then finish the other one on the next turn. Basically no matter what. Why? This is just frustrating. But that's okay, because it's just the way the game works. It's not like it's out to get me or something. It's just a little bit frustrating that, you see this as a person. You're like, that would never happen. If we had reports every 2 months and not meeting that deadline was a super big deal, people would find a way to get that done at very small concept. It's like almost no difference to me if this is at 0.1 left or 0.05 left or 0.2 left. Doesn't matter. Okay, rant over. Let's go through the normal thing, decisions. We can go to free trade with Tereso. Look, I'm all in with Tereso. We may even unify with them at some point. For now, I'm just gonna keep pushing it. This is a really bad one for us. So it's the same one as before, by the way. I mean, technically it should be a good thing. 4th Machine Gun Infantry Battalion is gonna get a really good soldier out of this. Either a Claymore expert, which will give us enforcement, which will hugely suppress commerce, or intelligence expert, which will hugely suppress, not quite as much, but almost as much, suppress democracy. Really just depends on which one we want to stick with. And I think getting the extra population happiness is just enormous. I don't really know what the political bonus does for us. I really don't. And that's just, bad game knowledge on my part. I wish I could probably go to the manual and reread it, I should say, for the 3rd time or 4th time, and I'd figure that out. But part of my decision can actually be made here just by the fact that this is going to make her happy. It has a slightly less total effect. I think that I'm okay with missing the political bonus. We may even want to go meritocracy full on one day. To me, meritocracy is the easiest to maintain. You seem to get a lot of meritocracy decisions. The problem with it is normally if it's unrest based in a city, you'll fail a lot of those rules, but it's not like you don't have an option to do it.
Okie dokie.
Anyway, we'll do it. I don't know. So that's all the decisions. Trade, probably not going to do anything here. We still have a good supply of money though, just in case. And look at rare metals is actually, oof, we don't even need the energy anymore, which is what we were saving rare earth metals for, was the power supply, the solar energy. Yeah, and by the way, one of the things I think with 8 fate points we have exactly enough, even after goofing around with 2 of our points last time, we have enough to do Ancient Archive twice. I think we're just going to go ahead and do it. And I've talked a lot about it'd be nice to keep some points in our back pocket, fate points for an emergency, but I don't see either political points or money becoming an issue, at least not in the very near future. We seem to be pretty stable on both of those and doing okay. So, but let me go back to trade because you can't sell water now. Okay, just wanted to check. Even selling a bit of food wouldn't be that bad, but 0.22 is probably not worth it. We can sell fuel. In fact, we can sell all 435 at 0.6. Yeah, absolutely. Definitely want to do this.
Roger that.
It's not really even going to put that much of a dent in our fuel supply. Rare earth metals, man, it's so much money. We're going to get such a good amount, good value. But eventually we're going to go to laser weapons, and then we're going to need a lot of rare earth metals for that. So it's tough to say. We're up to 3,400. That's not that much. How much are our high-tech points? This is 340. Okay, eventually they go over 400, so this is still not that bad of a price, surprisingly. At 18, I don't really want to buy more. It is expensive enough to dissuade me from that. Yeah, I think we will sell our rare earth metals yet again. Should I wait one turn and see if they stay? Let's just, okay, it doesn't matter. If we miss an opportunity, that's fine. We'll just store our metals. Let's see what happens. We're at 8. Let's see if that goes up or down next turn, if I remember. Okay, assets. Ooh, excuse me. We're already good on those. So, well, it looks like the private economy is working well, upgrading this oil well. So, even more reason to sell the oil. We should have a higher income of that pretty soon. Anything else? Yeah, just a sense of frustration really is all about the lack of competence getting at least one of the 2 things I wanted finished. Now, our report is we have 3 rounds to connect Cavu Great. I don't know if we just keep it under our control. I thought that also satisfies it, but we should be able to satisfy it as well just by building a road. 2 more up. Now, if I hit 6. Well, it's not in our logistical range this turn. Maybe those 2 extra roads has connected it, maybe not. We do see our antagonists here, twisters. A land-dwelling, sizable, 1 meter long carnivore. Wow, that's a... Okay, 1 meter long. That's, you know, shorter than us at least. Resembles a worm. Its chemistry, I mean, it's still terrifying. A meter-long worm that's a carnivore. Is a chaser predator. A very fast animal, usually. Oh, okay. Evasion 2. So this is against non-infantry attackers. Acrobat 2 is in the forest and ruins. And Polymer 1, 40% more hit points and classified as a hard target with polymer armor. Oh my goodness. Well, that explains why it's considered a walker. That's a thing, huh? It's a animal with super hard skin, akin to polymer armor. That's insane. That is insane. Oh my gosh. Okay, go back to movement. So are we good, by the way? Are we build roads, strategic cards, which... Okay, let's just do it. I'm just going to commit to it. I'm falling on my sword. Not the right analogy. Power banks. Okay, fine. We'll see this in a second. I'm going through both. Synthetic fuels. Okay, let's see what that gave us. Okay, synthetic fuel. This allows us to convert energy into fuel by synthesizing hydrocarbons. Okay, well, that's exactly what it sounds like. Synthetic fuel. So we use energy. Since energy is, a lot of times it's a resource where you're stockpiling it. Actually, this is funny because power banks allows us to actually stockpile it in greater quantities. What an interesting pairing. I don't know if these are a synergy or an anti-synergy. Because power banks in one sense means that you can store more energy, which means you don't need to convert your energy into something else. But at the same time, if you have more energy stored up, it's like you have more time to react, which means you can have energy conversion going on. So it's like once you have power banks, if you can get some and then fill them up, then synthetic fuel makes a lot of sense because you can just, you'll have a lot of time to react. If things start going poorly, you can shut down your synthetic fuel production. I don't know. I mean, it could be worse. I think I would have preferred military technology. I would loved to have gotten anything in advanced engineering. I would even have liked, I don't know. Yeah, I think I wouldn't have liked anything in engineering itself because we're close enough to getting those. But still, 0 fate points, not a bad thing. I think we're going to be okay. We always have disease. There's always disease. And that, yeah, obviously we are missing several different good, potentially very good things. I don't think we really need them. Our cities are doing really well on their own. So private economy seems to be working very well thanks to our commerce. Yeah, a little bit of loss here. Was this from remuneration stuff? But everything is good over there. I can always increase the pay for the workers, which will have a small impact to my budget. We can actually take a look at the treasury. That's a lot of revenue. What the hell? Why? Oh my god. That is a lot of income tax. Holy crap. That is a lot of income tax. Oh, right, because the private economy is working really hard. I think that this is income tax on the private economy. That looks great. This has a lot. Yeah, we can probably pay our workers more. yeah. With a positive gain of 230. I mean of 500. Yeah, we can definitely afford to pay our workers a bit more. I'm not going to do it this turn. I'll wait to see what any of the comments say. Looks like we're over 40 minutes, so let's just get through this turn, which means the best part of it is up next, which is the military action. Alright, so we did lose here our only rifle militia. It's not going to stop us. We're going to keep charging, especially because right now we have the tanks coming in. So I think the first order of business is going to be to do a bombardment with you on this pretty full hex. It's got a lot of marauders in it. So we could use a lot of hits here if we're planning to do an attack. We do have our laser infantry and the tank, so it might be the right time. The readiness has really been plunged low, which is not totally accurate. That's only out of some of them that we're seeing. The actual total readiness hit might be more like, oh, those are pretty low. I was gonna say like 5 or 10%, but geez. Okay, well, what happens if we do the attack with you? Oh my god. Alternative. So where? This is weird. The snakes are gone. Must be them right here. Well, I'm definitely not going to do an attack against the rifle militia if it's not the snakes. So what happens if I don't bring this unit in? Yeah, we're still at really good odds of success there. So I think we'll do this. 71 to 1. Please, just don't lose my tank.
All clear, sir.
Well, it didn't work out so well for the mobile battalion. Wait. Oh, this was the other one. Okay, I don't know why they had an elite sniper, but how much damage did we get done? 1,000? I mean, I would say only 1,000. I don't think that that's that good of a result for us. Sure, it's 10 to 1, but I'm actually expecting pretty high gain, using the darn tanks. Move my rifle infantry in as well. So it's interesting to see what's ahead of us. Now let's do a bombardment here.
Roger that.
We essentially should have a really good recon. No, 59, that's not good. Just there's enough movement near the front that I would have expected a little bit better. I don't know if we'll do any attacks here. I doubt it. We'll probably just sit in the terrible radiation and slowly die. We built the road a little bit. And then over here. Yeah, so there's nobody who can do ranged attacks, which means we just have to do normal attacks. And that is not good odds. Okay. Well, the other thing to do eventually is to try to take the restored library. So I think for this one, we're going to keep pushing our supply lines. Did they move out? I think they moved out. We should have at this point pretty good vision. I'm doing it. Oh, we got lucky. I held my breath. I literally held my breath. We did it though. Okay, so 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Let's move this guy one more down. Okay, good. We got that asset. That's a huge one. I think we'll even double up on protecting it, even though we were holding at a river there. And the tank is nicely nestled in with protection there. And this is good enough. Okay, good. So that's probably going to conclude the turn then. We will have both of those assets finished next turn. Well, considering what happened last turn, I dare not begin constructing anything else in case my idiotic logistical director somehow forgets to finish off the two I'm already building. We'll just wait. And we might be waiting at this point because industrial points is such a limiting factor for us lately. I think we're going to wait for the metal in order to build industry. Yeah. And the price isn't really going. I mean, we'll probably end up buying this. Whoa, 1,200. Okay, that's a bit expensive. Maybe not. But yeah, our many recycling facilities should garner us enough metal pretty quickly that we can build an industry, get it going. We can probably start around 1,200 metal, so we probably have to wait. I'm guessing we'll have to wait like 3 turns before we can start it, and then it takes 3 turns to build. So in about 6-7 turns, I expect we can get industrial production up. In the meantime, I guess that's it for this video. Nice and long, 46 minutes. Let me know in the comments if I missed anything. I am responding. Thanks in the last one again for the comment about logistics and truck centers. I reacted, and it was very helpful that we did that. So until the next video, thanks for watching. Stay safe. Merry Christmas, Happy Holidays, and take care. No, yeah, do take care.